Before you watch this video, I need to ask, do you actually have the time to watch this video? Or do you need to go return some VHS tapes?
I've got to return some videotapes.
Hey all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. I am so damn excited. Okay, so let me tell you, when Wicked Widow started talking about how they were coming out with an American Psycho collection to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the movie, like my first thought was, 25 years, holy crap, I'm old. But my second thought was just like pure excitement. So American Psycho is up there with some of my favorite movies. I love this movie. I love this movie. It is so quirky and weird, and I actually really like Bret Easton Ellis, who was the one who wrote the book American Psycho, also wrote Less Than Zero. You want to talk about messed up movies, go watch Less Than Zero or read the book. But I was so excited and then kind of instantly a little bit nervous because since it's one of my favorite movies, I was worried that it would be a palette that would show up and it would be all like red because of the blood from the movie, okay? They did me proud. Let me just say they did me proud. Now, this is coming a little bit late. This collection is available now, and that's because USPS messed with my head and it seems like they almost lost my collection, but it was sent to me in PR and I'm so thankful I actually got it because I'm going to be reviewing the entire collection minus one product. We'll talk about that. So first, I want to show you this box. I will say the collector's box is currently sold out. I do not think they're restocking, but I do not know. So you might want to keep your eye on the website or on resale sites because the box alone is worth it, and I'll show you why. Like, great, it looks great, right? It's kind of cool. You guys, we have a dancing Patrick Bateman. Look at him go. He just keeps wiggling. He's just a wiggly little guy. But I love that. And I know lenticular motion has been done to death, but like, tell me this isn't like some of the best use you've ever seen of it. But I do have the whole collection here, minus the one item, which is the shimmering body oil. When this was sent to me, the body oil was not in yet. And the owner of Wicked Widow said, do you want me to wait until it's available? And I said, you know what? That's something that can be passed on to somebody else because I feel like out of this whole collection, that's the product I would have gotten the least amount of use out of. So I'm thankful she actually let me opt out of that. But the rest of it, I am so happy to have. So let's go over it. The first thing we have is the pressed pigment palette. By the way, several times in this video, I call it an eyeshadow palette. It is a pressed pigment palette, which means that technically in the US, there are colors here that are not recommended for use around the immediate eye area. But to be honest, I have always used those things around my immediate eye area, but you should do so at your own risk, at your own caution, if you will. I have never personally had a problem. I don't know anyone who has personally had a problem, but they do have to put that because of US regulations. But again, when I thought about this palette, I was nervous it would be all red, and I was so wrong. And I am so happy to be wrong. These colors are so beautiful. They are so beautiful, and I feel like with all the names, they match the colors to it perfectly, like to a T. I love it so freaking much. I can't even stand it. Like down to like eggshell and bone, which represent the colors of their business cards.
Good coloring.
That's bone. That is really nice.
Eggshell with Romalian type.
Like we've got Stray Cat representing, you know, Brian Setzer and Stray Cats. We have Paul Allen, which is a very smarmy looking Jared Leto.
We should have gone to Dorsia. I could have gotten us a table.
All of this, it just fuels my heart. And I know that sounds weird to say because this is such a messed up movie, but at the same time, it's so important to me. And I think they did the movie so proud, grabbing from the color story from the actual movie, rather than just going like, oh, okay, it's a bloody movie, let's make these all reds. I think they did a bang up job. And also I have to say, being now that I have several palettes from this brand, I think this is their best matte formula to date. When I was doing the swatches, everything went on so pigmented and smooth and emollient. Like the mattes were so emollient and so were the shimmers that they just went on opaque in one swipe. They were beautiful. There was not a single color here that I'm worried about. Not a single one. The only one that I would say have more patience with is right here, and it is called Frenzy. That is because it's a bit more of, I guess, like a chunkier shimmer. It's not a glitter, but it's a chunkier shimmer. I used it today, you'll see this in the tutorial, with a glitter glue, and it worked perfectly. Like, look at those under eyes. We're gonna get into that. But anyway, yes, the pressed pigment palette retails for $66. By the way, you can use my code GLITTERFALLOUT to save money on any of these items if you choose to do so. That is an affiliate code and I do get a kickback from that. So thank you so much for using my code. But the next item I want to talk about is also unfortunately sold out. But again, keep your eyes on the website. I don't know if they're restocking. Maybe they'll do a pre-order. This is the blush duo. Okay, first of all, the fact that it looks like a business card with a bloody fingerprint, chef's kiss. And inside we have a blush and what I refer to as a blush topper. You might use it as a highlighter. You might use it as a blush all on its own. But these are beautiful. First, I love that it's called Cillian Rail. Cillian Rail is like the fake font that was on their business card. Like, this is like genius level naming.
And the lettering is something called Cillian Rail.
The next color is Impending Doom. So for the swatches, I wanted to show you what it looks like. Super bold, almost swiped like an eyeshadow, but also sort of blended out like you would actually for a blush. Like, you're probably not going to pack these on the same way that you would do an eyeshadow, but I wanted to show you what it looks like at full opacity and then what it looks like as an actual blush. So the blush duo was beautiful. If it comes back, this is $36. Next, we have 3 lipsticks, okay? 3 matte lipsticks that are all so beautiful. I love how the packaging has Patrick Bateman on the outside in his raincoat, I guess you'd call it. And these are gorgeous. So we do have 3 colors. The first color we have is Rockin' and a Rollin'. This is kind of a warm yellowy brown. Then we have Psycho, which is a sort of deeper but still quite warm brown. And then Murder, which is a cherry red. Now, when I did swatches of these, I do want to say that all 3 colors went on not quite sheer, but not full opacity. You can build them up though. You can build them up quite easily. So I was able to build these up to full opacity. You can see that in the swatches, but I do want to say don't be upset if the first time you put it on your lips, if it looks a little sheer, because I actually prefer a lipstick to be that way, or most products. I want to be able to control how bold it is. So I'm really happy with all of these that you can do that. And then the final piece of the collection, the lipsticks, by the way, are $18 each. But the final piece, we have 2 lip glosses. So first we have Raincoat, which is a clear with kind of an intense, beautiful blue shimmer. And then we have Bloodlust, which is a pink with a lot of good, just luminosity to it, and not quite shimmer, but it's just like very wet looking. And when I swatched these, they're just beautiful. Like, I have a feeling that Raincoat is going to be one that I go through, okay? And they're very like not sticky and just glidey. They feel hydrating. The lip glosses are $16 each. So like I said, the only product that I didn't get is the body oil. I will put a picture here. It retails for $36 and it is a red shimmering body oil. Again, I have not used it, so I cannot review it, but I do just want to let you know that that's also in there. Anyway, now that we have jumped into all of that, are you ready to be hip to be square?
The song's so catchy, most people probably don't listen to the lyrics, but they should.
Let's go ahead and get right into this look, and then afterwards I will give you my thoughts on how everything performed. Okay, here we go. I am ridiculously excited to play with this. You've seen the first look at this point already. I haven't even seen the first look. You guys, like, you're in the future. The first thing I want to play with is the blush palette. And again, this is unfortunately sold out, but I don't know if it's going to be restocked or anything like that. So if it's something that you're really into the idea of it, keep your eye on the website or on their Instagram. But this blush duo, it's so funny to me because whenever I see red blushes, I feel instantly intimidated. But then I apply them and I like them. So I'm going to be using a fluffy brush. This is the Singe F06. And this is like a real flimsy brush. This is what I use to apply blush. And first I'm going into Cillian Rail. And I'm going to start small, like really, really small, and build up if I need to. But this, I'm just, again, going to start small. Ooh, see, it's already looking intense. So I'm going to take this and apply it to the other cheek as well. Don't be too scared of this. I know that I am. I know I am. I feel like I look like a doll. Oh my God. This color is really pretty, but it is right now a little intense for me. I have a feeling that might change, but I'm just using the brush that I used for my foundation and applying right over that just to kind of dull it down a little bit. But that is like an almost like sunburnt look, right? Like, I think that's so cute. That is so cute. And then I'm going to dip into Impending Doom. So I think this is like a blush topper. You can use this as just your blush. And to be honest, I have a feeling I will. So I'm tapping off the excess and I'm going to apply that right on top to give a glow. Oh my goodness. She's a glowy girl. I almost feel bad talking about this because I know it's sold out right now, but like, look at that freaking glow. Oh my God. I'm going to hit pan on that. I'm going to hit pan. I'm going to hit pan on impending doom. Aren't we all? Now it is time for the palette. Y'all, when I first saw the color story, I was so happy that it wasn't all reds, and I know I probably already said that, but like, I just love this color story. I feel like so much thought was put into it. I'm so excited. Okay, so I have to say, Envy is one of my favorite colors, like this color right here, a kind of sparkly green. But I think what I want to do, stop the presses, is I want to do brown and pinks on the top. I especially want to use Jean and Evelyn and these browns, and Dorcia is going to be the main color on the lid, and then I want to do blue under the eyes. I used to do that all the time where I would do pink on top of the eyes and then blue underneath, and I loved it. I feel like it makes my eyes look like super... Since I am doing a pink look, I am using the Sigma eyeshadow base in Persuade under it. This is my favorite eyeshadow base still. It's got like a tiny bit of tackiness to it in that it holds on to shadows really well, but it's smooth enough that it just makes every shadow glide on. And even on days where you might not feel like doing any eyeshadow, it just kind of cancels out any discoloration you might have. These are so good. This is such an underrated product. Starting with a fluffy brush, I'm going to start with Evelyn. Now, Evelyn was Patrick Bateman's fiance, played by Reese Witherspoon. Like a gorgeous Reese Witherspoon, not like she's never not gorgeous, but she was just stunning in this movie and such a fun character. I love, like, she was super, super bubbly. By the way, I'm just putting this in the crease, but she was just super bubbly and optimistic, which compared to Patrick Bateman, who was, you know, miserable by all accounts, was just kind of such a vibe. This is such a good color. It's like a gray lavender, but it's also very neutral, so it's a great blending shade in general. Just really, really pretty overall. And I'm taking this one pretty far up and pretty far out as well. Just blending on the outside here. I just love this color. I love it so much. It's a great color. So I'm going to take a more defined brush. This is the Singe E08. And I want to go into Mergers. So Mergers is just a medium toned brown. It is, I guess, slightly warm leaning, but it's not extremely warm leaning. This, I'm going to stamp it at first, just kind of in the crease, and then I will blend it out. But I just want this to deepen up the crease just a little bit. I'm not looking to go incredibly smoky today, even though that would definitely fit the vibes, but I just kind of want this to be in the crease and on this outer corner a little bit. And then I will go back in with Evelyn. I love these names. But I will go back in with Evelyn here and there and just kind of blend that out. I'm not even being like too precise with this. This color is so pretty. Like, I feel like these mattes, they really stepped it up in this palette. Like, the quality feels really nice. Even when I was doing the swatching, I know I've only used 2 so far, but when I was doing the swatching, I noticed that the quality of the mattes felt really nice. Gosh, you could make the easiest smoky eye with this, but would you look at that cheek? Do you see my cheeks? These cheeks, not those cheeks. All right, I'm going in with a flat sort of packing brush. I'm probably going to use more shades, but I'm going to go in with Jean. I love that this color was assigned to Jean because Jean was Patrick Bateman's assistant, his secretary, I guess, his personal assistant. And she wore these like pink suits, like kind of power suits for the 90s or whatever. And they were just like perfection.
Jean?
Yes, Patrick?
Also, that was played by Chloe Sevigny, which like... love her. Anyway, I'm going to take Jean and I'm going to pack that. Actually, I'm going to pack it over most of the lid. We're going to cover a lot of it with the sparkle that's coming next. But I really want to pack this on. Wow, look how, you see what I mean about these mattes right now? They go on so vibrantly. And there was nothing on my lid except the primer. But it's not like I used a sticky base or anything like that. Like, and look how opaque and smooth it is. I feel like a lighter colored matte like this could go on like patchy, but that's beautiful, right? Like, oh. That is so pretty. Like, that is such a pretty color. And I actually really like, I'm going to even add more, the Evelyn up here, because that's sort of like, again, this cool toned grayish, if you will, that really adds that like smokiness to it a little bit without being too smoky. You know what, do I want to add some, it always feels weird saying these palettes. I'm like, do I want to add some Insane to my eyes? And I think I do. So Insane is a beautiful, just kind of smoky gray. It's not a very deep gray, but I think I want to add some of that in the crease. Oh, that took it to a different place. That really did. How do we, I think I like that actually. I'm going to go over it with Evelyn again, but I think I kind of like having that instead of like having the brown be the forefront. I think I like that gray in there. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty. That's really pretty. It's always so interesting to me when there are palettes where I will look at colors and be like, I might never use that. And then they become my favorite. Like Evelyn is definitely a color where I was like, that's nice enough, but it's kind of a nothing color. Yeah, I might hit pan in that. Okay, putting on a little bit of NYX glitter glue, and I'm patting that all over all of where we laid down Jean, which is that pink. And now I'm going into what is arguably maybe my most favorite color in the whole palette. This is Dorsia. It is such a smooth gray pink. Look at that. Look how metallic that is. I do feel like I can't even say the word Dorsia without saying it like Samantha Mathis in the movie where she just goes, Dorsia could be nice.
Dorothy is nice.
Or something fabulous.
Look at this color. This is such a great color. It is pink, of course, but it has these shifts of like intense silver to it. Like, look how striking that color is. I'm so glad, by the way, that one of the most striking colors in the palette was named Dorsia. Oh, this feels so pretty. I keep staring at it. I keep staring at it because I'm really, really liking it. Okay, I want to go under the eyes with, let's see, I'm going to go under first, I think, with Patrick Bateman or Detective Kimball. I think I want to go under with Patrick Bateman. Patrick Bateman is, of course, our title character, played by Christian Bale, who in this movie was just amazing. I feel like, doesn't Christian Bale have a history of being kind of a jerk on sets of movies? Like, very conceited? I don't know. I kind of don't care because in this movie, so good. I used to do this seriously all the time. Like, I did blue under the eyes constantly. And I did a blue pencil in the waterline always with it too. So I'm probably going to wind up doing that. I'm extending that just a scotch past the outer corner of the eye too. Not using any extra product, just what's on my brush, because I might even use a blue liner with this. It feels very, very pretty. So what I want to do now is I want to go over that with a little bit of Frenzy. Now, Frenzy is that incredibly metallic blue. Now, I noticed when I was swatching this that it was a little like more intense of a sparkle, a little thicker of a sparkle rather. So I'm going to add some glitter glue and pat this down with my finger. I usually don't do that on the lower lash line. Look how pretty that is. Look how pretty. And I'm just going to pack this. Yep, it is doing a little bit of fallout right now, but maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe it's kind of cool that it's that low. Ooh, that's pretty. Look how intense that is. That is so beautiful. Whoops, I forgot to do glitter glue on this side, but yeah, I feel like this is one color you definitely want to use some sort of adhesive with. The rest of the colors are just purely like metallic and shimmery. This color definitely has a bit more of like a glitter feel to it. That is fun. Oh my gosh. Do I want to stop there? No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take, let me see. I'm going to take the other side of my brush and I want to take a little bit of Reservation, which is a very, very, very dark brown with almost like a hint of gray to it. And I want to pat this. I'm tapping off all the excess. I want to pat this just on the outer edge just to give it like the tiniest bit of smokiness. Yeah, I feel like that's helping a little bit. It's such like a small difference, and I'll blend this out a little bit more. But I feel like that adds ever so slightly more drama, if you will. All right, I'm gonna hop off camera and I'm going to finish the eyes and then we will be back to do the lips. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about this vibe so far. This cheek is like slaying me. I love the eyes. I actually used a blue eyeliner in my waterline and then packed a bunch of the Patrick Bateman color on top of it. I really love this. You guys, I'm wearing fake lashes too. I am. This corner is annoying me, but I think it looks cute. These are the Moxie lashes from Melt. They are very lightweight, so that helps somebody like me, but now I really want to try these lipsticks. So we do have 3 lipsticks from the collection. 2 of them are like brown shades and one of them is a red. So let's go ahead and try all 3. I want to go ahead and apply these without a lip liner first. So let's go ahead and we're going to start with Rockin' and a Rollin'. This color is far more wearable than I was expecting. I thought this was going to be too yellowy for me. This is like an orange, like terracotta color. Ooh, it's so pretty. And these feel nice. What I actually like about these, and I was curious about this when I did the swatches. So the swatches went on a little bit light and then you could build them up. And that's exactly what this is. So it is kind of a matte finish, but it's a comfortable matte, like really, really comfortable. Rockin' and a Rollin'. I like that color way more than I thought I would. I was convinced that this color was not going to be for me. I love it. So as I'm putting this away and getting out the next color, let's talk about why Patrick Bateman was the original beauty influencer, okay? If you've seen the movie, Patrick Bateman talks about his morning routine, and I actually need to read you the morning routine. I wrote this all down, okay? If my face is puffy, I put on an ice pack while I'm doing crunches. I can do 1,000 now. Doesn't that reek of like Anchorman when he's like, oh yeah, did you hear me? I was doing like 1,000.
Oh, I could barely lift my right arm because I did so many. I don't know if you heard me counting, I did over 1,000.
After removing the ice pack, I do a deep pore cleansing lotion. In the shower, I use a water-activated gel cleanser and a honey almond body scrub, and on my face, an exfoliating gel scrub. Like, seriously, tell me this is not a get ready with me. Tell me that Patrick Bateman is not doing a get ready with me. Let me take this off so I can do the next color. Then I apply an herb mint facial mask for 10 minutes while I prepare the rest of my routine. This is where you'll see like those influencer girlies making themselves a cup of coffee or like having some energy drink, or you know what, they're probably drinking that sparkling water or shoving their face in it. I always use aftershave lotion with little or no alcohol because alcohol dries your face out and can make you look older. Patrick Bateman coming in with the hot tips. Then moisturizer and an anti-aging eye balm, followed by a final moisturizing protective lotion. Look, you cannot tell me he was not the original Get Ready With Me influencer. All right, the next color I'm going to use is called Psycho, and Psycho is this warm, deep brown. I have a feeling I'm gonna love this. Yep, I absolutely adore this. First of all, I know I keep saying this, but these colors are so beautiful in that they can like layer on. You know what I mean? You can build them up, but they are so comfortable on the lips. Like they're not, you know how some mattes can feel really drying? These don't. I almost wonder if this is more of a satin finish. Like, I don't know. It has like a little bit of a luminosity to it, but not too much. This is so comfortable. Oh my God, Psycho. Yeah, I think Psycho's probably gonna be my favorite, but we have one more to try. The final shade we have is called Murder. Murder is like this deep red. It looks deep red in the tube, but when it swatched on my arm, it was kind of like a cherry color and definitely started sheer and then you could build it up. So let's try it. Yep, yet again, this is perfect. This is perfect. It feels so good on the lips. And I do like that this is more of like a cherry red. It definitely has some pink undertones to it as opposed to blue undertones, but it's beautiful. And again, it feels so good. And finally, we do get 2 glosses with this collection. So the first one is Raincoat. Is that what it's called? Raincoat. This is like a white with blue sparkly undertones. It looks absolutely stunning. But the second one we have is called Bloodlust. And this is the one I want to try. This is like a pinky red with sparkle. It looks like it'll be beautiful over top of this. Oh my God, it smells so good. I didn't even realize these had a scent. This is like a fruity scent. Hello. Oh my God, this lip. Oh, this is luscious. Does it go with the eyes? Don't know, don't care. This is beautiful. All right, let's go over my first impressions of this collection. Wicked Widow, I think you did the movie proud. As somebody who is such a big fan of this movie, you did the movie proud. So let's talk about each individual piece, and I am even going to mention the pieces that are sold out. So I'm sorry, but it's my first time using it. So I'm sorry, this box with Patrick Bateman dancing, like I'm never getting rid of this. This is absolutely amazing. The blush duo is amazing. Like this cheek is perfect to me. It is so perfect to me. Like I can't even talk about it. Like look how good that looks. It's absolutely amazing. The eyeshadow palette, it's obviously amazing. I keep calling it an eyeshadow palette. It is a pressed pigment palette. It is so good. Like this color Dorsia
Dorothy's nice.
is the best color in the palette in my opinion, but these are all so good. Like I can't wait to do an entirely green look here. I even want, ooh, you know what? I want to do one more thing. I'm taking a pencil brush and I want to go into a little bit of vein, which is like a sparkly pink white. And I'm going to pop that right in the inner corner just for more glitter. Oh my God, that was not a wrong move. So the palette is thankfully still available because this is the real like star of the show. It is so good. It's so beautiful. I love that it's slim because the thing is, if I am going to have a palette with this many colors in it, I think you all know from watching my channel, I like palettes with less colors in it. But if I'm going to have a big one, I at least want it to be this thin. So that makes me really happy. Love the artwork. The lipsticks are gorgeous. Like absolutely beautiful. They went on so smoothly. And I really, really like how you can build them up. Like these can be sheared out pretty sheer if you want to be honest. And I would wear all of these with a lip liner, by the way. I just didn't for the purposes of this video so you could see the true colors. But Murder, even though it's getting all over my Invisalign, is stunning. And with the Bloodlust gloss on top, I'm obsessed with this lip. And I hate it when influencers say obsessed, and I just said it so you know it's true. So let me know what you're thinking of this collection. And also, I want you to comment down below. Tell me some of your favorite messed up movies. The most messed up movie that you like. Because I feel like when you tell somebody, oh my God, American Psycho is one of my favorite movies, they get like a little side eye at you. It really is though. So I want you to comment and tell me what your favorite messed up movies are. But if you like this video, please first of all give it a thumbs up. That means the world to me when you do that, and it really helps out my channel. But also I'm going to put a video up right here that I think you will also like from when I reviewed the Wicked Widow Crow palette, which again wound up being my favorite palette of 2024. So in case you're curious about that. But thank you so much for watching. You all can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are all Glitter Fallout. As always and forever, you are super freaking rock stars. I love you so much with my whole heart, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.